Welcome to the next module in searching, which is looking at the CINAHL database. To get to that database, I click on this Databases tab and go to the C for CINAHL. And I need to scroll down a little bit, and here's CINAHL, which stands for the Cumulative Index to Nursing and Allied Health Literature. Now this resource looks a little bit different than PubMed in that it gives you separate boxes. So for this search, I'm going to type in my same keywords. So I'm going to do early, I'm going to tab over and do mobilization or ambulate. Spelling's important. Or walk. Now you see I'm not putting the parentheses around that. That's because it's going to search for the word early and it with either mobilization or ambulate or walk. I could put the parentheses around it, that's fine, but I don't need to do it because it's oring my set going across this way and anding my topics going up and down this way. So next I want to put in intensive or critical. And now I've run out of boxes and I want to make sure that I include the part about ventilators. So all I have to do is click on that plus sign and I get another box and I can put in ventilate with an asterisk. Okay, so here's my early topic and either mobilization or ambulate or walk, I don't care which one, and either intensive or critical and ventilate. I can change these to ors, but I think it's just simpler if you and going up and down and you or going across. Now looking down here before I hit search, I want to make sure these things were done in the last 5 years. So I'm going to say 2010. I don't need to put in January and I don't need to put in 2015 because it'll know to go to the most recent. I also want to make sure I'm looking at peer-reviewed articles. There are some non-peer-reviewed journals in CINAHL, not in PubMed, but you will find those in CINAHL. I'm also going to come down here and exclude Medline records. Medline and PubMed are basically the same thing. You'll see this evidence-based practice, and I know that's a topic that everybody wants you to make sure you focus on, but for these searches, evidence-based practice is really going to narrow down your retrieval, so I would avoid that. You can also come down here to age groups, and remember we were looking at adult, so I can come down here and at the very end click on all adult. So once I've made all my selections for searching, I just click on search, and I found one item. So it really drops it down by searching in PubMed first and getting rid of the overlap with CINAHL. Now I can go over here and mouse onto this little piece of paper with the magnifying glass and I can see my abstract, which is kind of nice. I don't have to flip back and forth. You'll also see right here there's a PDF to this article. So unlike in PubMed where you have to click on links, a lot of times in CINAHL it'll take you directly to the full text PDF from right there. I can click back on result list, or I could download this if I wanted to save it onto my desktop or into a jump drive. Now if this was an article that I was interested in, I could click on this little blue file folder. Once I've done that, now it's been selected over here. So if I wanted to change this search a little bit, maybe I want to expand it, take out the early part, see if that gives me any different results. And now it brought up 3 more items. So I can look at those. First one doesn't look quite so good, but here's physical therapy in the neuro ICU. There's the one I had already, you can see because that's got the yellow. And I'm going to select this one because it sounds the most close to what I'm looking for. I could also, if I wanted to expand the years by moving the slider bar, hypothetically, Moving it back over, it doesn't want to do that for me. If I wanted to change any of my options, I come back over here to show more, and I could, you know, make sure these are research articles. I only got 4. That's not really much point in that. I could take off the adult, etc. You do want to make sure you hit search, not reset, because if you do reset, it will delete everything. So I have my items in my folder over here. Also, you can see them right up here. So all I need to do to select those is click on the folder. And here are the 2 items I'm interested in. I can print them, I can email them, I can save them to a floppy disk, or I can export them into a different program. I'm going to show you the print option because I want to show you something that's available through CINAHL that you can't get in PubMed. And you can go ahead and tell it, I want these items to be in APA format. So I click on that. I'm going to click on print. And now you see these items are listed with the APA style. So you could copy and paste those into your bibliography. Now you do want to double check and make sure that they've done the APA style correctly, but that is quite a bit of a time saver. So I'm going to go back and go, I'm not using the back button up here, I'm using the back that's part of the system. It seems to like that a little bit better. So again, to get to the APA, I go to folder, and I can either do print, you can also do this under email or saving. I'll do email this time. And you see over here, I can change this to include the APA format. Now you won't get the abstract, just to let you know, you will only get the APA citation, but you will also get the PDF if there is one attached to that particular document. Put in your email address and maybe a subject so you know when this comes to your email what it is you're looking for. Okay, if I want to do a new search, I just click right up here to new search, and here's my screen all cleared out for me. If I want to look at what I've done before, I can click on search history, and here it shows me my results, what my search looks like. And in this system, you can click on print search history, and it will pull up another screen, and you can copy and paste that and put it into your Word document. Okay, I'm just going to click on this to take me back to that list. Something I forgot to show you in PubMed, but it's a way that you can search in PubMed. I'm going to clear out this search strategy. And I want to search on the topic of service dogs, or assistance dogs. So what you can do if you want to make sure that you get those 2 words next to each other, oops, again, you have to be able to spell assistance dogs. And I'm putting the parentheses or the quotes around this because I want to search for assistance dogs and those 2 words next to each other. If I didn't put the quotes in, it might say, we have gotten great assistance from dogs in research by giving their lives to do studies, etc. But I want to look specifically for assistance dogs. Now this isn't showing me anything, and part of the reason for that could be that I have limited to all adults, which is probably not going to help me any. And it may be that there aren't any articles that were written that recently on this topic. So I'm going to get rid of that and see what I get under this by getting rid of some of these limits. Okay, so that just gave me 7 items. And you see how it's got assistance dogs, etc. If I took out the quotes, we can look at that. It may not be too different just because of the topic, but if you ever end up with weird results, you might want to try searching your phrase in quotes to make sure that those 2 terms are next to each other. So I picked up a couple additional things. And like I said, probably based on the topic, I'm not going to find too much that are outlier type articles. Okay, but just know putting things in quotes will get you a phrase. So if I was just searching on dogs, I wouldn't need to put those in quotes, but assistance dogs, because I want those two words to be next to each other, that would change my retrieval. Another thing you can do in CINAHL is you can choose multiple databases. So if I wanted to search CINAHL and PsycInfo, which is a behavioral health database at the same time, I could do that. And right up here, if I say show all, it's telling me I'm searching both CINAHL and PsycInfo. So if you have a topic that's related to behavior, like say teen suicide or how someone feels about being hospitalized, etc., you might want to look at those two databases and search them both at the same time. Okay. I'm going to go back from choose databases. I'm going to get rid of PsycInfo for now and just go back to CINAHL because I want to show you up here there are evidence-based care sheets and also things called, if I can get this to work, quick lessons. And if I click on those, these are like 1 to 2 page information sheets on a topic. And here's the PDF. This is on acoustic neuromas. It's a topic I don't know much about, so I want to see what the background is about it, how many people end up with this type thing, what are the risk factors, signs and symptoms to look for, how you would assess somebody with that, the kind of treatment goals you have, things to be aware of, and things that you might need to tell the family. And right over here it tells you who's created these things. So these are just nice little quick guides to information that you can find on your topic if you need a little bit of background. The evidence-based care sheets are similar type, 1 to 2 pages, PDF. I'll select that one. Click on the PDF. These are a little bit more of a basic overview. What do you know about the topic? Gives you ICD-9 and 10 codes. Whoops. And what can be done about it. So these are a little bit more minimal, but they do have references to all the different articles that they use to create this, which is why they're called the evidence-based care sheets. All right, so that was your introduction to CINAHL. Hopefully this was helpful to you to help you with searching. I would not recommend using this Ask a Librarian up here. This goes to EBSCO rather than to me. So instead, if you have any questions, I would recommend sending me an email at ihendricks@salud.unm.edu. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for one more module.